Okay, so the first Foley example comes from a short story that I did called Meet Detective Brown. It's a story about a teleporting detective. So to make the sound effect that I needed for when the detective teleports, when I created this project originally, I just used a sound effect. For this project, I created my own Foley sound, which what I did was I took a metal pan and I put a little bit of water in it, and I struck it with a drumstick, and I kind of moved the pan a little bit and recorded it, and it created this sound. And then I took the sound and I tweaked it in Audacity using distortion, a sliding stretch, and compression, and then I also reversed the sound to use it for this sound effect for Detective Brown for when he teleports. Also on these clips of Meet Detective Brown, my first example of the sound effect will be the eagle or the bird of prey sound effect. So my second example of a Foley sound is footsteps, which I recorded these footsteps outside my home the other day to use for Detective Brown when he's walking through the woods. So I also did an extra Foley sound of the door when Detective Brown comes home, when the door opens and closes. There's also a Foley sound for the sound of the door opening and closing. And then there's more footsteps. So there's also more of the sound effect when he teleports. And the eagle bird of prey sound effect. Now for this next clip, this is another short story that I did called The Bully. And again, on the original project, I just used the sound effect I found online from a sound effects library. But for this project, what I did was I wanted to create a sound for his superpowers, because it's the visual superpower he has. It looks like it's electric, so I wanted to kind of capture that. So I took the same sound from before with the water in the pan striking it with a drumstick, but this time I tweaked the sound. I didn't reverse the sound. I used distortion. I also stretched the sound. I put a delay on it, and I changed the pitch as well. That gave me this sound effect that I was looking for the superpower that his name is Mark, that he gets to use against his bully. So this can technically be considered a Foley sound because I did create it, and now it's an effect that I'll use. Just give me your money. Now for this next clip, this is for the ADR, the automatic dialogue replacement. This is for a short story that I created for another class called The Wristwatch, which is about a couple that's breaking up. The girl Abby suspects her boyfriend Brad is cheating on her, which she ends up finding. She ends up finding out later, towards the end of the skit, towards the end of the scene, that her boyfriend is actually cheating on her. When I originally recorded this for my class project, some of the dialogue was captured from far away from the actor, so this was a good one to actually replace the dialogue. I'll replace the dialogue for both Abby and Brad on this skit. Sweetie, what's going on?
Save it.
Baby, what is it?
Your watch, idiot. The watch I gave you, wearing it in the photo.
So close.
We're done. Don't ever contact it.
That's it then?
You're the worst thing that's ever happened to me.
Okay, next is my second example of ADR, of automatic dialogue replacement. This is from the recreation that I did. I had to emulate a scene from a movie. What I did was I emulated a scene from Taken, which I created for another class. Now for this, I went ahead and replaced the entire dialogue. So I had already recorded this, I'd already done this, but I went ahead and redid this and redid the dialogue. I replaced the entire dialogue for this scene. So my second example of a sound effect is of the phone when it hangs up towards the end of the clip here. After the other guy says, "Good luck." The sound effect that I used of the phone hanging up at the end there is a sound effect that I found online from an online library. So that's my second example of a sound effect, is the phone hanging up at the very end. I also added the same music that I had when I did this original project. I used the same music to kind of match the tension of the scene. It's not the exact music from the real movie, but it's very similar to the emotions and to the tension buildup. I don't know who you are. I don't know what you want. If you're looking for ransom, I can tell you I don't have money. But what I do have are a very particular set of skills. Skills I've acquired over a very long career. Skills that make me a nightmare for people like you. If you let my daughter go now, that'll be the end of it. I will not look for you. I will not pursue you. But if you don't, I will look for you. And I will find you. And I will kill you.
Good luck.